They say dreams are free, but owning them, that's where the price begins. I've always found it strange how life seems to split us into two invisible classrooms. In one, people are taught to dream, to imagine, to hope, to see a world beyond their own. In the other, people are taught to own, to turn those dreams into something with weight, shape, and permanence. And the strangest part, these two classrooms rarely meet. I grew up knowing both kinds of people. My grandmother, for instance, never had much. She worked in a small bakery, kneading dough before the sun was up, selling loaves that would disappear in hours. Yet, when she spoke, her words painted whole worlds. She would describe the ocean she had never seen, its waves dancing like silver ribbons under the moonlight. She spoke of houses she would never live in, gardens she would never own. To her, the act of dreaming was an art form, a place where poverty had no gatekeepers. Then there was my friend Daniel's father. He owned 3 restaurants, a small apartment complex, and a collection of antique watches. He wasn't unkind, just practical. He didn't talk about what could be. He talked about what was, and how to make it stay. He measured life in assets, contracts, and guarantees. His world was not one of imagined oceans, it was one of land deeds and locked safes. Over time, I noticed something. The poor seemed to dream because they had to. It was the only way to live in a world that often gave them so little to hold on to. The rich learned to own because they could, because they had been taught that the point of a dream is to capture it, secure it, and keep it from slipping away. Metaphor, it's a bit like a child with a butterfly. Some children learn to watch the butterfly flutter in the sunlight, following it with their eyes, smiling at its beauty, knowing it will never be theirs. Others are taught to catch the butterfly, to put it in a glass jar, and keep it on a shelf. Neither is wrong, but both come with a cost. The dreamer risks never touching the beauty they imagine. The owner risks forgetting what made the butterfly beautiful in the first place. I've met people who tried to move from one classroom to the other. A boy who grew up poor, who dreamed of becoming a musician. He worked 2 jobs, saved enough to buy his first guitar, then recorded songs until one went viral. Suddenly, the dream became something he owned in the form of a career, a brand, a name, and strangely, once he owned it, the dreaming became harder. He no longer imagined what could be. He managed what already was, and I've met the opposite. A wealthy woman who, after selling her business, moved to a small coastal town with nothing but a backpack and a notebook. She said she was learning to dream again, to live without the constant need to secure, measure, and control. It was terrifying for her, but she looked lighter every time I saw her. It made me wonder, is the journey of life about moving, from dreaming to owning, or from owning back to dreaming? Society tells us we should make our dreams come true, but perhaps we misunderstand what that means. Maybe the poor already have something the rich have forgotten, the raw ability to dream without limits, without the fear of loss. And maybe the rich have something the poor long for, the means to anchor those dreams in reality, to hold them in their hands. In that sense, both are missing something. The poor dream but cannot own, the rich own but struggle to dream. The perfect life, then, might be a dance between the two, to dream like the poor, and to own like the rich. To see the butterfly in the sunlight, and also know how to keep a garden where butterflies always return. Think about a child drawing on a piece of paper. In that moment, they own nothing but the crayons in their hand, and yet the world they create is infinite. Now think about a collector buying a famous painting. They own a masterpiece, but the painting will never surprise them again. They already know every BRUSHSTROKE. What would happen if the child could keep their sense of wonder while also having the means to protect their creations? What if the collector could look at their painting and see it as if for the first time, every single day? Oscar Wilde once wrote, "To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all." I think dreaming and owning are both ways of existing, but truly living might require us to blend them, to let our dreams breathe, but also give them a place to live. I still visit my grandmother's old bakery, even though she's long gone. The shop has a new owner now, but the smell of fresh bread is the same. Sometimes I stand there, thinking about her imagined ocean, the one she never saw, and I wonder if she had owned a ticket to that ocean, would she have loved it as much as she loved the dream of it? Perhaps that's the quiet tension of life. The poor learn to dream because dreams are all they have. The rich learn to own because ownership is what they've been taught to value. But the real question is, which lesson will we choose to keep, and which will we dare to learn next?